What's up, Nitwits? Dom here with Joe for Nitwits Talk, the Game Awards 2022.
Hey, Nitwits.
We're here to go over our list of nominees and who we think are going to win. So like, subscribe, sit down, grab a snack, and drink and enjoy. We're opening up this year with the Game of the Year, which of course has the heavy hitters of God of War Ragnarok and Elden Ring, but also, in my opinion, a dark horse for the race: Horizon Forbidden West, A Plague Tale: Requiem, Stray, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Joe, who do you have taking it this year?
Well, let's just be real. We probably could have not mentioned Stray, Xenoblade, and the Plague Tale Requiem, right?
I had Stray on here winning, okay?
Not saying that they're not good games, right? I mean, because they are.
Yeah.
But realistically, Horizon Forbidden West is a phenomenal game. Beautiful. I love the story and everything about it. The grind is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But God of War Ragnarok and Elden Ring are going to be your two that they're going to be, first and second, right? It's going to be Elden Ring, in my opinion. I think God of War is obviously going to be tailing it. And if not, then the Game Awards is rigged, and there's no way Elden Ring doesn't take this. But in my opinion, Elden Ring is going to win. It has I think it came out. Well, number one, I don't think it came out finished. There were no bugs at launch in regards to the actual gameplay element. I know there were some multiplayer issues, but I'm not counting that. You can play it solo or co-op, with a friend. And there's PvP. God of War doesn't have any of that. The replayability is endless on that game because literally there's no holding your hand in your when you start, you're in this massive world. And in this massive world, it's literally endless fun. There's no quote unquote beating in the game. I know there is, but you can seriously put thousands of hours into that versus where God of War's story is 40 to 50 hours, right? So there's no way in their right mind that someone could see God of War being the game of the year, because yes, there's innovation there, but not enough for it to change, or not enough for it to beat Elden Ring. And not just to add, one additional thing is mods. Elden Ring has a ton of mods for PC. I know God of War Ragnarok will be on PC eventually, but I mean, that's just, the cherry on top. Beautiful, great grind, no handheld, doesn't hold your hand, just overall phenomenal game. What are your thoughts, Tom?
I mean, I think you said it best. Elden Ring should be the clear-cut winner. I will say, I truly believe God of War Ragnarok is going to win because I think this whole thing's rigged. But Elden Ring's what I think deserves to win. I don't think there's any doubt. Everything you said about Elden Ring's just correct. It's breaking records, it's setting records, it's doing everything you want a game to do. It came out pretty much flawlessly at launch. I mean, what were the issues? And it's not to disrespect God of War Ragnarok or anything like that, but this game has been talked about and has lived up to every hype that was thrown about it. So I just don't see how Elden Ring does not take this category, unless, like you said, there's the thing's rigged. So.
Yeah, I mean,
that's it's just insane.
Only way.
Yeah.
Only way. And it goes back to 2018 when God of War beat Red Dead Redemption 2. We've mentioned it in prior podcasts. It was something that should have never have occurred because of how detailed and open that Red Dead Redemption 2 was. It was endless content again, something that we have never seen done before, and up to that scale, right? Not to include just how beautiful the game was. And God of War took it. So it kind of makes you think, is Sony paying the award show, Jeff Keighley, money to take that dub for 2018? And if it ends up happening this year, I just think exactly like I said, it's rigged. Has to be. If Elden Ring wins, I'll eat my words. But and obviously we don't know for sure if it's rigged. We're just speculating. But realistically, it feels that way sometimes. But yeah,
it seems like they punished Rockstar for not releasing a game for so long, and that's why Red Dead lost.
Well,
it's just the only thing I can think of. That's the only logical explanation, and that was them being like, "Hey, that's what you get." But it's unacceptable.
I think we're all pissed at Rockstar anyway. I mean, 2013 they launched GTA 5, and yet it's still being relaunched in 2013.
I want to remaster again. Just keep remastering it. Screw it.
Going on damn 10 years of GTA 5 is just insane.
We're gonna keep buying it. Just keep doing it.
Not me. I'm done spending my money on it.
All right, switching over here, we got Best Game Direction awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. We have Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, which you are going to hear these two games a lot. Horizon Forbidden West, Immortality, and Stray.
Again, just
how is Stray on these lists right here?
Scrap the last three. Just go Elden Ring, God of War. That's all we have to say going forward. It's going to be Elden Ring. I mean, again, and this is why I said Elden Ring right off the bat. Again, this specific category is about what? Creative vision and innovation. Elden Ring has done something that no other game has done. So, God of War, I understand it's changed a lot. It is a lot bigger than the 2018, but it's still God of War. It's just that.
Yep.
Elden Ring had come out with a new IP. It's a brand new game, brand new series, IP, same thing, whatever. And it literally set leaps and bounds of what gaming should be. So there is no way in hell Elden Ring loses this category.
Just repeat what Joe said.
Yeah.
I mean, for what game direction is, Elden Ring changed so much. It was innovative. It was everything you want the game to be, literally word for word what the category is about. Elden Ring did. You can't deny it. Give me Stray maybe too as a dark horse. I did enjoy Stray. I don't understand how Stray is even on this list for things. Best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, and Immortality. Joe?
This one I'm on the fence about. So, Elden Ring has a good story, okay? And there's no denying that. But A Plague Tale Requiem, that game is specifically about storytelling, okay? And so is God of War Ragnarok. Horizon Forbidden West has a phenomenal story, phenomenal campaign in general, but so does Elden Ring. But when I think story, narrative, I think A Plague Tale, or I think God of War. I'm going to go with A Plague Tale. As much as I think it's going to be Elden Ring or God of War just because of the two heavy hitters through here, I really think A Plague Tale can take this category because it is 100% a storytelling driven game. It's not your game where it's not hack and slash. It's nothing like that. It is literally a storytelling game. So in my eyes, out of all these games, that should be the one taking it in this category.
I agree with you. I would say God of War Ragnarok will win this. The only thing, and we've talked about this prior to, it's really interesting that the Sony released God of War Ragnarok and Horizon both this year to be out on the Game Awards. Well, probably not to be out on the Game Awards, but both made this list. If they delayed Ragnarok 1 week, they could have hit it for next year and let Horizon stand a chance to fight here. But they're kind of splitting their own vote here, which will be interesting to see if that affects them in any way. Right. But I do think God of War will win Best Narrative, but A Plague Tale, it deserves it. Exactly. Because that is what the game's about. But I believe God of War will win.
That's exactly what I said. God of War will most likely win this category. But A Plague Tale is a storytelling game. It is narrative driven. So if it doesn't win it, again, it should. But again, I mean, God of War here, and I could see God of War winning too, because God of War is very narrative driven as well. So there would be nothing wrong with that, but I do think that A Plague Tale deserves it. But just to add to your comment there about
the splitting.
Yeah, the splitting of the two games. So I disagree. Horizon Forbidden West would never ever win this year. Okay.
Yeah.
Elden Ring would have destroyed Horizon Forbidden West. There's no chance standing. So what I thought about this a lot, because we did talk about this a couple times, and I do feel like there's two ways you can go about this, right? Either Sony is trying to prove a point that they're coming out big dick swinging, and they're saying, hey, if the God of War beats Elden Ring, we are the dominant player in this game, right?
They've done it before.
Exactly. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, because Red Dead Redemption 2, everyone thought that was good. And yet they didn't. So I'm very curious if that was Jim Ryan's thought there of saying, hey, let's get this out this year. We have a couple exclusives coming out this year. We had Gran Turismo as well, really looks good, and we know we can beat Elden Ring for whatever reason. And if that happens, I mean, it's going to play in their favor, of course, right? But I do think it was a power play. Now, I also think they should have brought it out on this coming Thursday, where it wouldn't be part of the Game Awards this year. That way, it would guarantee a spot for next year. Because even next year's lineup, I mean, there's some amazing games coming out next year. But let's be real, God of War would probably take it, no, hands down, next year without Elden Ring being there. But yeah, it is very odd about the way they tackled this, for sure. And I'm really curious and excited to see actually what takes place.
Up next, we got Best Art Direction for Outstanding Creative and or Technical Achievement in Artistic Design and Animation. Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Scorn or Stray. Good to see Scorn on here, by the way. Fun game. It's not going to win this category, but I did enjoy it, and I do think it deserves a little bit of love, so I'm happy to see it at least mentioned here. I will say Elden Ring's going to take this one, but yet again, previous things that we said, it's just... the game's amazing. It's well done. It's everything that you want, and I just think it fits what we're looking for in the category better. But yet again, I will not be surprised if God of War runs all these categories. It's just something about Sony and God of War, the Game Awards, is always like, oh my god, we need it now.
I agree there. I was sitting here thinking, if I had to choose, like, and this is solely my decision, I think Elden Ring, God of War, Horizon are all beautiful games, gorgeous. But Scorn is very unique, and it's something that we've never seen in gaming at all. This is the first time it's ever been done to... It should... Let's be real. This probably should have been rated M. I mean adult. Because of how graphic you can be.
Yeah.
But regardless, I think the art direction they went with is just... It is a beautiful looking game. And some of the scenes that you see is insane. But Stray's beautiful looking as well. But I do think God of War is going to take this one. I think it actually... In my opinion, I think it does need to go to Elden Ring, because again, art direction, Elden Ring is gorgeous. So is God of War, and so is Horizon, so is Scorn, so is Stray, which is why they're all here. But Elden Ring again went leaps and bounds to what these games don't even compare. So if Elden Ring doesn't take this, again, the show is rigged. I mean, I just don't understand realistically how Elden Ring doesn't take all these categories, except for the narrative part. But the rest, I mean, I just don't even... I think Elden Ring's gonna take what it is. But yeah.
Up next, we have Games for Impact for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. A Memoir Blue, As Dusk Falls, Citizen Sleeper, Endling, Extinction is Forever, Hindsight, and I Was a Teenage Exocolonist.
Easy. As Dusk Falls. There's no way any of those even touch it. Not saying that they're not good games, because they are, but As Dusk Falls, it's such a... It's one of those games where when you play it, you have emotions. You feel a particular way with the things that actually take place within the game. And without going into spoilers, but it is one of those games where, like Life is Strange. I'm a huge Life is Strange fan, and I 100%ed a few of their games, and I can tell you, and I'm not an emotional person, right? I mean, Don can speak for that, and I don't really show my emotions like that. And I felt it during those games to the point where I was like, damn, man. Like, I legitimately felt sad. But to have that type of feeling from playing a video game is insane. And As Dusk Falls, if you played any of those Life is Strange games, I think you would know exactly what I'm saying. And not only that, that game deserves this category. I am 100% that it will take it.
I agree. No, I mean, I think you said it right. And there's different games. Obviously, it's going to affect different people different ways, and it's no disrespect to any game. That whenever we're like, oh, I can't believe they're on this list. I mean, it made this list for a reason. But as Dust Falls, it just hits different compared to the others. Maybe that's just for us, but I think overall, it is the more impactful game.
Yep, I totally agree.
Best ongoing game awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player's experience over time. Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy XIV Online, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. I love Fortnite. I will always vote for Fortnite in this category. I think it's an absolutely amazing game. I think they constantly update it, they constantly do things. I would vote Fortnite on this yet again. I could see any other game winning, but I think Fortnite's the clear leader in this category.
I disagree, man. So I only
You're gonna go Genshin Impact, aren't you?
No, I do think Genshin Impact's really good.
Yeah.
But no, here's my thing. Fortnite has kept the same goddamn map for how long? And they do it all the time.
Yeah.
And all they do is add skins and force you to pay for them, okay? And okay, they're not holding, a gun to me or, having my hand ties around my back. Okay, I understand I spend my own money. But the point being is that what have they done to truly make an outstanding development of an ongoing content? Like, I don't see it. I don't see it.
A lot of events, man. And I think they keep the community into it.
What like, hey. I mean, like the Halloween event this year that was ass? Like, yeah. I'm sorry. Like, I haven't had a good event in since like season 10, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Fortnite, I love Fortnite to death. Look at my count level. Okay? Yeah. I love Fortnite. I hands down, I probably have one of the highest account levels out of probably majority of people that people know. Okay. I play a lot. But I don't think of that as a game that deserves to be in this category, period, to be honest. As much as I love Fortnite, I am leaning more towards Destiny 2 or Final Fantasy 14, but more towards Destiny 2, because Destiny 2 truly does have events that happen monthly, not just once every quarter. And literally with Destiny 2, it truly does change up how everything is done. Like, and they do so much in Destiny 2 that I can't even cover it all. I still don't even understand some of it because there's so much going on. And to me, Destiny 2 deserves this category. Realistically, I'm sure it's not going to win again because, people are going to vote for the most popular, which is definitely Fortnite here. But I think Destiny 2 deserves it all day.
Best action game. For the best game in the action genre focused primarily on combat. Bayonetta 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Neon White, Sifu, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. There's a good TMNT game in forever, but that's just my opinion. Give me Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 coming out, too big a release, too much hype. People surprisingly like it and hate it, but still play it. I mean, it's Call of Duty again, and I feel Call of Duty's name alone will win this category.
Yeah, I mean, for best action, Modern Warfare 2, it makes sense, but I'm going to go Bayonetta 3. Again, I'm doing that because I love Bayonetta, right? Mm-hmm. I truly believe Modern Warfare 2 is going to win, especially since how big of a hit it's been. But I truly think Bayonetta 3 has, again, set a new standard for what an action game is going to be, needs to be like going forward. I'm a huge fan, so I'm a little biased, but again, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, I'm also a huge fan. I'm a huge Call of Duty fan. I've been playing Call of Duty the last 20 years, right? So, I think Modern Warfare 2 will take it, but I want Bayonetta 3. Hands down.
Best action adventure game. For the best action adventure game, combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving.
Oh, that's just easy.
A Plague Tale Requiem, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, or Tunic.
GOWR.
Yeah, God of War's probably gonna run this one, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I Horizon has some really good actual puzzles, but I also feel like the puzzles are kind of too easy.
If if there's a category that Stray can win, this is the one.
No, best action adventure. No,
I'm just kidding. No,
it's gonna be God of War.
It's God of War. Yeah, I mean, you can't really argue it. There's nothing really to.
This guy. No,
like,
it's definitely gonna be Stray. If I know
Stray.
anything, it's gonna be Stray for sure.
Fuck it. Best RPG for the best game designed with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. Elden Ring, Live a Live. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. Live Alive. Whatever. Pokemon Legends Arceus, Triangle Strategy, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Yeah, it's Elden Ring.
Yeah, and I mean, again, no. The only one that would actually technically be able to compete with this one and this specific RPG element is Xenoblade, because Xenoblade is a hardcore RPG.
Yeah.
Pokemon Legends Arceus, we'll talk about that a different day. But Elden Ring makes sense here.
Yeah.
With the runner-up of Xenoblade, but definitely Elden Ring.
Best fighting game for the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat.
Easy.
DNF Duel, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, All-Star Battle R, The King of Fighters 15, Multiverses, and Sifu.
Multiverses, man. All day.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I mean, it's so fun. Like, it truly is. It's it's really Smash's biggest competitor, right? Out of any game that's ever been made. I gotta say they executed extremely well on it. Sifu is really good. Don't get me wrong. But Multiverses deserves this category.
Best family game for the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, Mario and Rabbids, Sparks of Hope, Nintendo Switch Sports, and Splatoon 3. I'll be honest with you, it's gonna be Lego anything. Doesn't matter what this category is. Nintendo Switch Sports surprisingly wasn't bad, but it wasn't Wii Sports.
Yeah.
But it's a Lego game, and Lego games are gonna run this category. Just how it is.
I agree. So the Skywalker Saga was also hands down a masterpiece, man. Really good. But all these games are great, though.
Yeah.
And this is the one category I sat back and I read these games, and I'm like, man, this is gonna be a tough one because Splatoon 3 is great. Nintendo Switch Sports is probably the weakest out of this list. But
which is crazy.
I know, considering Wii was phenomenal. Wii U was actually really good too with this. But then you're thinking about Mario Rabbids, Spark of Hope was really good. Kirby and the Forgotten Land was really good. But then it's like Lego Star Wars. Man, you got Lego and Star Wars. Oh, hands down, that's gonna win.
That's
Followed
it.
by, I would say, Splatoon. Splatoon 3 would be the runner-up.
The best sim-strategy game. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. Dune, Spice Wars, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, Total War, Warhammer 3, 2 Point Campus, and Victoria 3. I am amazed to see 2 Point Campus on there. I love the 2 Point games.
Me too, and I didn't see that, honestly. Earlier when we talked about this list coming out, I didn't see 2 Point Campus on there. I want to see 2 Point Campus win. I think Total War Warhammer 3 is going to win.
Same.
But I really would love to see 2 Point Campus win this category.
Yeah. I feel completely the same way. I don't think it will. Warhammer 3 is going to win, but I would love to see a 2 Point game come out with something in this.
Absolutely.
Best multiplayer game for outstanding online multiplayer game and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences. This is where I think it's pretty entertaining here. So, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Multiverses, Overwatch 2, Splatoon 3, and then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. So throw that one out. Splatoon 3, I say we throw out. It just doesn't have as big a fan base, although Splatoons are always fun. Overwatch 2,
I
aka
think Multiverse is going to
Watch
be thrown out too, though.
Yeah,
MW2 and Overwatch 2 are obviously going to be the last two. And you know me, I'm going to say Overwatch 2 all day. But let's be real, it's going to be MW2.
I agree. It's a really interesting category because it really can go a lot of different ways for a lot of different reasons. But Call of Duty is going to win. The name will carry it alone. But Overwatch 1.5, or whatever you want to call it, it deserves some respect. It actually is a really fun game, and I don't think it gets any love.
Yeah, I agree. I love Overwatch. I love Overwatch 1.5. But I do have some frustration with it. Number one, I think they've already killed a lot of their audience just because of that wait time that we all had for a week.
Yep.
Their time to shine, they kind of ruined it. They're hiding characters behind a battle pass, which is obviously never a good thing, right? It's not a skin, it's an actual character. So yeah, they're definitely doing some, I think, not such good practices. So they're hurting their reputation. I mean, Blizzard's been doing that a long time anyway. But they're doing it more and more and more to the point where someone like myself or even you or I mean, God, like the pros are like, man, like what's going on with this game? Love it. Don't get me wrong. I love the story behind Overwatch. I love the characters. I love the maps. I love the design, graphically and how it plays. But I think they're hurting themselves right now. And it does bother me to see that this franchise is doing this, doing it to themselves because they didn't release a brand new game. This should not be Overwatch 2. It should just been one big massive update to get people to come back, not a whole brand new quote unquote game because it's not. But hey, I want to take the last category.
Fine. Do you want me to read it off or you got it?
No, I'm gonna read it. I'm excited for this. You already know I'm excited.
I know you are.
So, most anticipated game. Recognizing an announced game that has demonstratedly illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy, done. That's it. That's all we need to know. I was just kidding. Resident Evil 4, Starfield, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Man, I already know what you're going to say. You already know my answer. It's Hogwarts Legacy, right? I got to say for us, Hogwarts Legacy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, these are phenomenal games, right? These are all supposed to be coming out next year. Final Fantasy 16 looks like it's going to be a banger. Resident Evil 4, banger, of course. Starfield,
my favorite Resident Evil.
Starfield, banger. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, banger. Actually, this coming out next year could have probably beat God of War. Just saying.
Yeah. Here's the interesting thing about the Legend of Zelda. It's going to be a 10 out of 10. It's going to be a masterpiece game.
Yeah.
But Hogwarts Legacy has the potential to also be a 10 out of 10 and potentially take that.
It's going to be.
But it's just crazy to me because this is one of those games where Nintendo, it's like, oh man, they can't do anything. And they just like pop out like a good Zelda game or a Mario game and everyone's like, oh yeah, Nintendo, they can still do it. This is the year that they do that. And Hogwarts can beat it. Like, it's a legit contender.
I don't think there's no content here. I mean, no competition here. Hogwarts Legacy takes it from me. I have not played the game, obviously. No one has. I've seen it, and I'm still going to go ahead and put all my money on this game. I am super excited to play this game. I've taken myself a 2-week vacation. I can't wait to jump in this world and just get immersed and lost and not talk to anyone for weeks. That is the goal. I am super stoked for it. And let's just say, like, in my eyes, I mean, that's my fanboy coming out at me. These games don't exist. Like, even Legend of Zelda, I'm a huge fan. Massive fan. Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
And I don't even look at this game. I'm like, Tears of the Kingdom, oh, sounds cool. Hogwarts Legacy, though. That's how
Did you see that one?
That's just how I feel like. And I think I speak for a lot of people, though. Like, our generation, I think all of us love Harry Potter. And to go into actual, be able to go to Hogsmeade and, see the Room of Requirement and so forth. See all these things, right? That we've seen this. If you've read the books, if you watch the movies, if you've done both, like myself, like you cannot help but be excited to see this recreated in a video game. And what we've seen so far speaks masterpiece. That's that. I mean, there's just no other way of putting it. If Hogwarts Legacy does not win this category, I actually will be shocked because the amount of anticipation around that game is absolutely
50 years in the making.
I know, actually, since 2014 when it was leaked.
Okay.
I mean,
when we randomly got like a 5-second clip and everyone was like, "What?" And then
the best thing about that is everyone thought it was a damn MMO.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. That clip was not an MMO, and I remember seeing it too, man. And I was just so geeked for it. I was like, "Oh yeah, it's coming out next year or 2 years." Right, 8 years later, like finally. But yeah, I'm super excited, man, and I know you are too. And pretty much most people I know that game are excited.
Yeah.
But right here, that deserves it. These other games don't. What are these games? Have you ever heard of Starfield? I haven't. Go for it.
Have you ever heard of Zelda? God.
I have no idea. Who's Zelda? Isn't that the guy trying to save the girl?
Final Fantasy 16. There's 16 of them. Jeez Louise, now.
When the first one came out.
Yeah. How old's this game? Should tell you. I just think Hogwarts Legacy, it has the hype of a generation behind it. I mean, there's going to be a lot of hopes and dreams put into this. I'm curious if they'll ever add multiplayer. I mean, we could do our own whole podcast on just Hogwarts Legacy and, you know, our conspiracy behind it and what we think.
It would never end.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of the fun here. Most anticipated game, obviously for us, we're looking forward to Hogwarts Legacy the most, but also it will really be interesting to see how the fight between God of War and Elden Ring goes for this, all the award show. I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see how and what and which, because there's always that one random game that steals like one or two categories where you're like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. So it would be really cool to see. I really think this year it's a 2-horse race almost in every category. So outside of probably most anticipated because we just love it so much. But even categories that we didn't talk about, some of them, it's just like, man, there's just no-brainers that are going to win, you know? So it will be a lot of fun. I really look forward to the game of the year, but Hogwarts Legacy is going to be the most anticipated and expect us to keep talking about it.
Totally agree. Hogwarts Legacy will be game of the year next year. You heard it here first. All right, Nitwits. Peace, love, and chicken grease.